I'm Andrew Guest, and this is my boat. She's a Cornish lugger, a mackerel driver, so the largest class of Cornish luggers that worked during the 19th and the 20th centuries. She was built in 1903, which is 116 years ago, and her name is Rosalind. A colleague of mine mentioned that there was a Cornish lugger down in Maryland, of all places, and I couldn't quite believe it. I went down there in July of 2017 to have a look, and I fully expected to find some sort of yacht that had been misidentified or something, but anything but what I actually found. But she really is one. I knew I couldn't walk away. She was about to get cut up. Previous owner had passed away about 9 months previously. She had sunk. She'd been hauled out. She had started to fall apart. Through another colleague at work, I found Jeff and Stephen Jones of the West Mystic Wooden Boat Company and the Mystic Nautical Heritage Society, who have this amazing little boatyard on the west side of the Mystic River. You don't see very many places like this anymore. It's just such a wonderful place. It's not a commercial boatyard. It's intended to be a safe haven for old wooden boats and a place that they can find new life. Yeah, in so many ways, this is the perfect spot to do what I'm doing. I've let me see, where did I start? Oh, of course, started with demolition. The whole interior was pretty messed up, both through age and the effects of having been underwater twice and then sitting in the sun in Maryland for 9 months. It was all quite unpleasant, but I have plans for new, a lot of which will be in keeping with what was there. So that all had to come out. The engine had to come out, which was a very stressful operation, but it went just fine. And then when all that major stuff was done, had to build, of course, a shed over the boat so that I could continue working through the winter. And that took about a month and a half. And then when that was done, I pretty much got straight into framing. Framing, I think, took about a year. I'd hoped to save more of the original frames, but unfortunately they were in very, very poor condition. A lot of them actually just fell apart in my hands, or vacuumed away, or things like that. So I unfortunately was only able to save one piece of original framing out of 168 some pieces, but that's all complete now. I've also replaced the keel and the stem and stern assemblies. That's all finished as well. And I've actually started planking and framing the deck. My idea is to work kind of from the top down in order to be as efficient as possible. Rosalind she's quite special, I think, as an artifact of the time and place that she came from. There's only two others of her type, which is a West Cornish double-ended lugger. There are only two others left, and Rosalind is actually the only one left that's of her very specific type and that is in private ownership. Given how much a part of the culture of Cornwall that they were, I think that preserving them is quite important. So I hope that I've in some way communicated how special I think that Rosalind is and how important she is as both as an artifact and as a working boat as she was built. And I really hope that if any of that speaks to you, that you'll consider supporting me in getting her back on the water and giving her a new life.